We begin the next half-century of Super Bowls to a strobe of flashes. Super Bowl 51 from Houston is underway. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And time to see what the Atlanta Falcons can do on offense. There's Matt Ryan, starting quarterback, just shy of 5,000 yards in that incredible season in 2016 for Matt Ryan. You look forward, he's going to be working with a new offensive coordinator, Charles.
One of the things I've always admired about Matt Ryan is his ability to embrace change, because he had the same type of a system, changed some coordinators early in his career, but the system was essentially the same for most of his career. And then he had a coordinator change in 2015 and had to adapt to a new style. So well that by 2016, he's the NFL MVP. So a new offensive coordinator is not going to change much for him. He's going to try to adapt one more time to a new style, new ways of doing things, and I think he'll do it very successfully.
Here's Ryan. He hits his target. It's the tight end, Toilolo. 12 yards is the pickup there, and that'll bring up second down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Here's Ryan to throw. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Jabal Sheard coming hard that time. He's able to run him down for a loss of 12. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? The quarterback gets hit.
I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. They run the play fake to Coleman. Now Ryan. It's caught. Jones. That one goes for 24 yards. Now, I guess, Charles, sometimes when you have a receiver well over 6 foot, you do that. Just put it up there, let him grab it, and he did.
And it certainly appears like a 50-50 ball, right? We always talk about that when both sides have a chance to get it, the receiver or the guy covering him. But I think the odds actually are in favor of the offense. They can see the ball coming oftentimes before the defender can get his head around. So I think that really goes to like 70-30, and they should be able to go up and get it most of the time.
And he got it there. Ryan leads with Freeman on the draw. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. They'll get 4 on second down, but it leaves them with 3rd and still 9 to go.
An extra corner on the field for New England here on 3rd down.
Yeah, another DB. On 3rd down, Ryan. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
Partner, how many times have you heard it? Pressure creates diamonds, right? But it also bursts pipes. And on that one, that's what they got. They got after him, and he was fortunate just to get rid of it.
Yeah, he just had to chuck it away. And he gets it away. A directional kick going toward the sideline. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. And bringing the Patriots out, Tom Brady. And Tom, now the second youngest and second oldest quarterback to win a Super Bowl after winning it this past season. Going to turn 40 on August 3rd. How much does he have left in the tank?
I would say that the tank seems like it's darn near full. And I can't believe I'm actually saying that, because no one is supposed to be playing at that type of a level at that age in the NFL. Yet Tom Brady's doing it. And it's absolutely phenomenal to watch. We know it's going to come to an end one day, but I'm projecting it out farther than I ever would have thought because of the way he played this past season.
On second down, here's Brady. Looking for Amendola, and it's intercepted. There he goes left side. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown.
Well, partner, I do know this. If you're a defensive back, you have more chances to make a team now than ever because people are using 5 defensive backs, 6 defensive back packages. Not exclusively, but way more than before. That was a nickel package there, and what a pickoff.
Why is that? Why are they using that more?
Because more people are throwing the ball on earlier downs than ever before. This has become a passing league, and because of that, more defensive backs on the field on most plays.
Danny Amendola on the return. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Here come the Patriots again on offense, the Super Bowl champions. And, boy, they have been able to do it a lot of times, Charles, with unsung heroes, haven't they? Look at the names that led them through the playoffs. Hogan, White, Lewis, guys you just wouldn't think of.
Yeah, Deion Lewis, a 5th-round pick, 3 touchdowns against Houston in the divisional round. Chris Hogan, undrafted. He ends up having 180 yards in receptions, including 5 plays of 20 yards or more against the Pittsburgh Steelers. And how about James White, a 4th-round pick out of Wisconsin? Think about who he played behind while he was at Wisconsin, and he turns out to be the unsung hero of the Super Bowl. Would have been the MVP if it wasn't for Tom Brady.
And you mentioned James White at Wisconsin. He was behind who? Melvin Gordon and Monte Ball, right?
That's correct.
Brady gives now to Bull. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
And, partner, in a lot of short yardage situations, you'll see the linebackers step up into the gaps, what we call mugging the line of scrimmage, to make sure they take away all spaces, all creases. That one worked really well for them.
Now only needed a yard, instead went backwards. And as is to be expected, this is nowhere near being good from that distance. And this score will stay right where it is. I guess I got to hand it to him. That was that was ambitious.
Well, that's one way to put it.
Now Ryan on first down. Down left side to Sanu. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. Now Ryan on 2nd down. Quick hitter here. It's complete. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
And when you watch Devontae Freeman run the football, you can almost close your eyes and hear him running the football, can't you? Because people just scatter. I mean, you know, when he goes through a pile, it moves in a positive direction for him. I just love how hard he plays the game.
1,000-yard season. He had 11 touchdowns last year. In March, 25 years old. So he's kind of hitting that sweet spot for a running back, isn't he?
He really is. And I still remember the evaluation of him coming out of college. He does everything well, but you weren't sure he had a dominant trait. Well, wrong about that. He's dominant just about everything he does, and I think that he's going to continue to elevate his game and seek a 3rd Pro Bowl in 2017.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
This guy carrying the ball, your eyes are going to direct your feet, and you're hoping they carry you to the open spaces, but it's awfully difficult at times because you have so many things you have to look out for. Where's the line blocking? Where's the traffic coming from? Tough to find open spots.
So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
On goal-to-goal runs, when you create lost yardage plays, the only way that happens is either call pressure or what I like to call straight-ahead pursuit. A great read, and they get to the backfield and make the play.
And that was a big chunk of yardage loss. That's complete right around the 8. Call it a 3-yard gain, and it'll be 4th down. So on 4th down, off goes Matt Ryan, and on is another Matt Bryant. From the left hash, a chip shot here.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. So the drive takes them inside the 10, but it ends with just 3.
And a nice job defensively to rise up and make sure they didn't get in.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. Oh, he pulls over him. And nowhere to go. He'll make it back only to the 5-yard line.
So many times during the course of a game, Brandon, the special teams actually helps out their offense. Not in this case. They did them zero favors with that return.
Okay, partners, New England comes out here to take the field on offense. This is such an interesting story, how they've been able to do it year after year after year. Guys talk about parity in the NFL. Well, New England has kind of transcended that parity, and they've done it with guys that you don't normally think of as household names.
The parts keep changing for New England. That's the amazing part on offense, all right? Offensive linemen change, receivers change, running backs change. We know the one constant is Tom Brady, and that's a huge deal for them. But to be able to do it in what you call the parity times, and you're exactly right, everyone's supposed to be pretty equal. New England still a top 10 offense year in and year out. In 2016, they were number 4, and that helped them with a number 1 ranked defense as well.
And he's got Bennett. Give him 8 yards on the play, and they pick up the first.
That's a good-looking play to me. The big tight end on a crossing route coming underneath. Sometimes he can gain some serious momentum going forward, can he?
Yeah, he can indeed, and pretty well executed there. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
And that run was what a lot of people call an explosive run. Gave them good yardage, solid yardage. They feel good about the whole thing, and they did it behind a 2 tight end set. It's always interesting to watch what offenses want to do with the 2 tight ends. Sometimes they line them up together for a power set. Sometimes they put one on each side of the line of scrimmage to balance things out. No matter what, though, when you see 2 tight ends on the field, your first thought is to think run. In this case, the offense was able to run successfully.
And a nice gain of 21 yards. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. They go play action here on first down. He'll buy some time right. On the run, he'll let this go deep. As a man, and it's Edelman for the Patriot touchdown. Julian Edelman, 42 yards. And the Patriots have cut it back within a score. And Charles, the defender, was there. He just didn't get it.
Sometimes these plays turn into basketball in a sense, with 2 guys going up for the football. Which guy's going to box the other away from it and grab it?
Yeah, I know you hear it a lot, but it's just the will to get it, right?
Oh, without a doubt. The will, as well as some really nice touch on the ball that was thrown.
And some talent, too. Now Stephen Gostkowski on for the extra point. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. So 1 quarter down here in Super Bowl 51. 10-7 our score. We'll return after this message. You're watching the NFL, and it's right here on EA Sports. Back here with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. We've had the kickoff to begin the first quarter. Now it's time for the second quarter kickoff, as we'll see one following the score on the final play before break. Gostkowski now out to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The New England defense gearing up to take the field. And last time out, they gave up the chip shot field goal, but obviously could have been worse than that. I think they felt pretty good about only giving up 3.
No doubt about it. Anytime an offense gets into the red zone, the thinking naturally for the defense is, okay, 3 points. We're going to give up 3 here, but let's make it no more than that. They met their goal.
On the other side, though, the offense, they weren't very happy.
No, because there's an opportunity. Once you get to the red zone, you're not thinking about kicking a field goal. You're thinking about how do you get into the end zone, and when you don't, you walk off the field feeling a little bit of failure on that drive.
Yeah, who will have the better feeling at the end of this drive? 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. And that led to a really nice game.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Going underneath, it's Coleman. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Throwing now, Ryan on first down. He hits his target. It's the tight end, Toilolo. A gain of 39 that time.
Coaches really don't care from what position they get this, but run after the catch ability, rack ability, is often the difference between winning and losing and changing field position.
It's Coleman here. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. And for Coleman, if you combine the rushing and receiving yards, close to 1,000 last year. He had 8 touchdowns as well and was just really a great 1-2 combo with Devontae Freeman.
An outstanding one. And just think, if he's on just about any other NFL team, he's probably the lead running back. And Devontae Freeman gets the bulk of the carries. But Coleman, when he does get his hands on the football, he really produces a big way, speaking of the numbers you just gave. His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back.
And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Devontae Freeman taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Falcons will add on to their lead.
But they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times, that's a passing play.
And the kicker just has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
On the return now, here's Keyshawn Martin. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Patriot offense now set to come back out onto the field. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Pardon me, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
Brady, they'll roll him out right. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. It's Desmond Trufant. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. So out come the Falcons now. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. That changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
The defense won that play so fast that I think if the running back even had time to notice if anyone was there, it was just a blink of an eye, and there was a loss on the play.
Now it's Ryan. And Tammy with it over the middle. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through, and that will open the lead up now to 20-7. So after the pick, they can't capitalize for 6, but they do get 3.
And I know in this situation, most of us wanted to focus on the offense. You know what side of the ball I played on. Let's give that defense a lot of credit, taking over in a sudden change situation and shutting them down.
And some room to work. 20. And he takes it all the way, but there is laundry on the field. A flag is down, and I think this one's coming back.
I agree.
Now the Patriots offense, they reception. We'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
That one goes for 24 yards.
On that play, as you saw the route start to develop downfield, I got the sense that maybe the run would set up for him, and he took full advantage of it and got a big gain on a busted play.
Now a play fake here on first down. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Nate Washington, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Patriots are back within a score. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Gostkowski now, after the touchdown, he'll send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. Time to step aside. We're back to Super Bowl 51 after this. On second down, here's Ryan. He's got time. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
So a big roughing the passer penalty, Charles, and of course that's 15 yards.
And everyone knows how protected the quarterbacks are. You've got to make sure that when you launch at a quarterback, that you're hitting him in the right spot and in the right time.
Connects with some to the right side. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
And Brandon, I think Mohamed Sanu had a nice career while he was in Cincinnati, but he really elevated 2016 in Atlanta, the most catches for himself in a single season.
59 of them, 4 touchdowns. Really a nice compliment to Julio Jones, and he was a nice compliment in Cincinnati. I don't want to say he's not a number 1 receiver, but he plays that number 2 slot well, doesn't he?
He does, and I think it's because of his versatility. He can play in the slot. He can play out wide. They can use him as a wildcat quarterback. He has thrown passes in the NFL. In fact, going back to his days at Rutgers, I think he threw 18 passes while he was at Rutgers, so you never know what you're going to get when Mohamed Sanu has his hands on the football.
Over the middle, it's complete. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
This offense is in rhythm now, just accumulating first downs and moving the ball downfield.
Ryan will throw again. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. You're dropping 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. An extra defensive back on the field here for 3rd and goal. On 3rd and goal, Ryan. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Devin Hester, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Falcons will extend their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the 2nd quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the 2nd half.
Fielded about a yard deep. Trucks through him.
Oh, man, right through him.
Now the Patriot offense set to take over again. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. Looks like their game plan is now in a...
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. On 2nd down, here's Brady. And he'll be hit from behind and taken down. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary, now on 3rd. To throw, it's Brady. Flushed out right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And the Falcons going to use another timeout. All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense. Boy, a call like this, certainly tougher to make in a Super Bowl, but they'll go for it on 4th down. Brady going to throw. Steps away. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. Boy, a curious decision to go for it doesn't pan out, and the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. It's caught left side, Tammy. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Now Ryan on 2nd down. And Tammy with it over the middle. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And Bryant's kick is good. And that will swell the lead to 16. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
Not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though this offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points.
Bulldozes past him. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. He seriously just skipped the halftime of the Super Bowl? Who does that? It's a Super Bowl. Watch the halftime show. All right, here we go. Third quarter action now. This is fielded at the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And the Patriots gearing up to go now. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Going deep here for Edelman. And Brady going to be intercepted a third time. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They have the field under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Dante Hightower from that outside linebacker spot. He's able to get in there for a loss of 9.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much of an opening there, as he's only going to get this to about the 32. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll be a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. Here's Matt Bosher now, as he'll punt it away for the second time.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this third down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Pats will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Blunt, the lone running back. Back near his goal line. Here's Brady. To the right side, and he's got Edelman. A big play there for the Patriots. 32 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
And always sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40.
You got to feel a little bit for the defense there. They've done a terrific job all day long holding this guy run to break things out for him, maybe turn things around. Now he's going to have some confidence, and maybe he'll get to his normal yardage.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And here now come the Falcons. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked so well, and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area. Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him. And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
2 Patriots there to bring him down.
Well, he didn't make headway on that one, but he's had plenty of carries all night long. I just wonder if maybe he's a little bit tired from toting the rock that much. 3rd and 5, so they bring in an extra defensive back.
Expecting pass. Now Ryan. He's going to lead this for his running back. It's complete. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. This is taken at about the 14. Good coverage there. An even 50-yard punt leads to a return of 5. And possession will switch here as this offense will come on deep in their own territory. So the Patriots coming out now. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
Now Brady throwing on 2nd down. Going for the deep ball. And got his man complete. A big play there for the Patriots. 36 yards. Well, last drive he threw the pick, but he's not shy. He's going downfield again there.
And you can't be, because if you back off after throwing an interception, your whole game plan just goes right out the window, and it makes things easier for a defense. And you and I both know there's a quarterback in this league that's any good that doesn't throw an interception occasionally, and they usually bounce back in a big way. I've seen guys throw 5 and still find a way to win the game in the end. That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
On play action, now Brady rolling to his left. And some room to roam now. A solid pickup at 13 sets him up 1st and goal.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. The former Bill, Chris Hogan, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down. And here comes play number 6 on this drive.
Well, to say that this has not been his game is probably a big understatement. I mean, he is all over the place. Mechanics are off, not accurate.
And now a fumble. Brady loses the football. And fortunately for him, he's able to get it back, but it will be a loss on the play. Got to figure this is one they need here on 3rd and goal. The first throw here for the backup Garoppolo. And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. Chris Hogan, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Patriots make some inroads here on that deficit. And that was really just a great battle for that football on both sides. The result is a touchdown.
Ordinarily, I'd like to say it was a win-win, but it really wasn't because the defender, while he was there with excellent coverage, he didn't get the benefit, did he?
But he's not going to get chewed up in film session, will
No, he was right there. They'll tell him, okay, of course you need to knock the ball away, but they won't be too upset with him. He did his job for the most part.
Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a two-point conversion, all that exit, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
That's a really nice play, able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free, and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
I know they don't like to hear it when they get to a certain age, but then you have to start to use your skills, your wiles, right, your mind to beat guys to the football.
And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. Chris Long in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down. Boy, he came in off the edge so quickly there.
Look out, because that's exactly what it was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback, because he had no chance to block him.
That's a 49-yard punt, 8, though, on the return. And the Patriots take over. And now out come the Patriots. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix. And
he fumbled it. It's on the ground. Now here on EA Sports. It's Patriot football, but they trail here as we begin the 4th quarter. Garoppolo on 1st down. He's going to look deep for Edelman. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
Garoppolo to try again on 2nd down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. He was looking for Julian Edelman that time. And now it's 3rd down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. They go play action for Lewis. Now Garoppolo surveying the field. Patriot touchdown. Danny Amendola, 52 yards. And the Patriots have cut it back within a score. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. Extra point try for Gostkowski. And the lead is down to a field goal now. Gostkowski now, after the touchdown, he'll send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They'll run with Freeman here to begin the drive. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Devin McCourty picks it off. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
They'll begin here with Blunt. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Brandon, that play ended so fast, it's almost as if the quarterback handed it to the runner, and the tackler was there right away for a loss of yardage.
To throw is Brady, forced out to his left. And an alley to run. That one good for 10 yards. And they're going to have a third down.
And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
Well, they brought in an extra defensive back here, so probably not expecting a run on 3rd and 3.
A good call.
And this is caught. It's pulled in by Gronkowski. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
Well, there it is. Brady connecting with Gronk, but at this stage of the game, this is kind of late for them. I'm used to this happening right out of the gate.
Yeah, and we were thinking we would see this per usual. First quarter, definitely second quarter, but not the case.
And their offense not moving the ball like they normally do.
Oh, no, he lost the football. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this fourth quarter. And we're back. The offense had a chance to talk things over. We'll see what they come up with here on this next play. They come out with 1 back and 3. And he is in. Touchdown, New England. Tom Brady with his 3rd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Patriots have moved out in front here in the fourth quarter.
Well, we've seen some lead changes, and it certainly appeared that one of these squads was in full control of the game, but that's not the case after that touchdown.
Yeah, they erase a 2 TD deficit here to grab the lead. The point after try for Gronkowski. And that will make this a 4-point game. Gronkowski now, after the touchdown, he'll send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Atlanta now coming out on the field. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. It's caught, left side, Tammy. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than 1 tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
Now Ryan. Getting it out left side to Sanu. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
Looks like a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and 2.
Yeah, maybe expecting a throw. Another carry for the workhorse tonight, Freeman. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
And Jones has it over the middle. A gain of 6 there on first. A 20th carry now for Freeman. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game, but what a nice play by the defense. Stepping up on that one, maybe they'll get things going in their direction after a play like that.
This is Coleman. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down. If they're going to have a shot in this Super Bowl, they're going to need this one on 4th down.
This team doesn't mind running the ball in any situation, and I thought he was going to get the 1st down the way the play developed, but the defense closed in and stopped him just about a yard short.
They'll get a couple yards on that one, and they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down.
Oh, man, 4th down and 1, and you're on your own side of midfield? That takes a little bit of courage to pull off, but they went ahead and snapped it, and it'll work out for them as they get the 1st down.
It's caught. Weems. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. Time starting to run out here in the 4th. This defense just trying to keep the offense off the board and preserve this potential victory. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys on plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. It's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
Ryan going to give to Freeman on the draw. And he is going to lose yardage here. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Time for a break. We're back to perhaps crown a champion after this. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. What a Super Bowl this has been, and the biggest play comes now. It's 4th down. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Patriots defense is going to take over on down. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, I've seen, you and I have both been to practices where we've seen.
And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. The defense, they got a little bit of a breather. Now they're back and set as we resume play. Again, here's Blunt. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. And the Falcons going to use another timeout. That'll be their 2nd, so one more chance to stop the clock here. And we'll be back. Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. Brady going to throw here. Sliding out of the pocket. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
Yeah, not much there that time, and I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he just throw the ball away, and he winds up only picking up a yard or 2.
To throw is Brady. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. So now a 3rd and 12 with an extra defender here in the secondary. A nickel look. Eluding the pressure right. And this is going to be incomplete. Unable to get it to Gronkowski that time. And it's 4th down.
I would wouldn't be shocked at all right now if there's a look of surprise on the big fella's face because he had the route that he wanted, running the corner. And usually he's able to use his body and catch the football, but a really nice play by the defenders, able to knock it away.
Brady. He's going to float this one deep right side. And no, it's incomplete. The Patriots come up empty on 4th down. And that may write a finish to this Super Bowl. Atlanta now coming out on the field. They're down here in a one-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Well, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. He's back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. They're going to hurry back to the line now. And with the clock ticking under 50 seconds now, he spikes it. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Down 4 late. Got to go for it here on 4th down. Back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Chung. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
Now here's the Falcons defense getting set to go again. And an important stop in a tight game there last time.
Always important to stop them. We know that. But as you noted, in a tight game, so much more critical to get it done, and that's exactly what they did.
And they'll be trying to do that once more here. We'll see who wins the battle. Time for this one final knee to put a bow on this title bout. And it's another Super Bowl title for the New England Patriots. And when this moment comes, I think you look back at all the blood, sweat, and tears, the offseason, the workouts, training camp, week 1, 2, 3, all building up now to say you're a Super Bowl champion. It's worth it.
It certainly is, and rarely do we have a team that hoists the Lombardi Trophy that didn't have their share of bumps along the way, didn't have to face some adversity in the journey, and now they get to just enjoy it and revel in it. And all offseason, they'll be signing their autographs with Super Bowl champion underneath it.
And they are the Super Bowl champs. The Lombardi Trophy is theirs, and so are bragging rights for an entire season. What a season it has been. Feels like we have been there every step of the way. Our entire crew doing a wonderful job. Thanks to my broadcast partner, Charles Davis. For all those guys, I'm Brandon Gaudin signing off. We'll talk to you next season right here on EA Sports.